Hello, namaste, and welcome in the series of cybersecurity. This side is Meena, and today I will discuss about what is cloud computing, why do we need it, and why it is growing so rapid. First of all, we need to understand why we need cloud computing, and there are many reasons. Number of companies across the industries are adopting cloud computing. Okay? And what's the reason behind that? Too much adoption of cloud computing. Okay? So let's start today. When we are just talking about cloud computing, what's why we need it, let's just take a very simple example and then you would be able to understand why companies are adopting. For example, there is a manufacturing company and manufacture air conditioning. Okay, and they are using lot of small big pieces to manufacture it, and they need to uh, get their material from different companies, different vendors, and they also producing some in-house components of the air conditioning. Okay, they are having the flyer, they are having uh, the persons who they are selling it. Okay, and they are also having the financial department, which is keeping the record of each and every transaction, and all the financial uh, uh, whatsoever the transaction is happening in the company, they are just making the record of it. Also having the HR department, they are having the R&D department, and uh, production department, and many other departments as well. Okay, so just to keeping the record of all these things, whether that's related to their product design, R&D, finance, or HR, record of their client, vendors, then they are just about to use computing resources. Okay, they might be they need servers, uh, they need this specific kind of software operating systems. Okay, and to just to establish all these things, first of all they need to purchase the hardware. Okay, and then they need a solid team which can handle all these things. Okay, and to protect their data, their resources, definitely they need to provide security on those resources as well. Otherwise, if their design or the information related to their client or the vendors, if somebody will steal, they can damage a lot. That information, if it will go in the competitor hand, it will be uh, uh, advantage for them. Okay, so security devices, definitely they need the security team as well. Clear. And if the company is thinking to expand their business in another areas, in another part of the world, they're just about to open the branch offices, then definitely they need these computing resources at the other locations as well, and they also have the manpower to handle all these things. Okay, so there is a lot of uh, we can say uh, headache. First of all, purchasing all these devices, uh, setting it down, installing the operating system on it, different softwares, and then providing the security. And if we are using multiple products, then the connectivity with them, compatibility with them is another issue. Clear. And we sometimes we have the resources, many resources, but we are not able to fully utilize all this. Okay, I, the company is in the manufacturing and they need to use the computing as a enabler services which can make their work easy. Okay, so if some vendor can provide those things to them, and this they need to subscribe the services to use all these things, what do you think? Is it be awesome? Yeah, definitely it is. So there are many cloud service provider. okay, which are having the collected resources, and it's depend upon what we are subscribing. That's the headache of the cloud service provider which they are handling. For example, we are using internet connections, and internet is a very big network. So we need not to bother about what the router, switches, cabling, or the other devices are uh, used providing us the internet services. Just we are paying for monthly subscription charges, and then we are using it uh, as a service. Similar thing also happen in case of cloud computing. Okay, so this cloud computing will provide us a lot of benefit, which just I just discussed with you. So this will be the responsibility of the cloud provider. And if we say what exactly is the cloud computing, for example, let's start from very simple example, and then you would be able to understand in the bigger sense. For example, I need a laptop, and in that laptop I need 32 GB RAM, 2 TB of the hard disk, okay, and many more other features inside it as a being a hardware of the laptop. Okay, maybe that's a i9 processor I'm looking for. Clear. And then I will think on, I'll make two partition, for one for installing the operating system of Windows. Okay, whether that's a client or server operating system is my choice as per the need. And on another partition, for example, say I'll install Linux based operating system. Clear. Then I will install some software, some other applications on it. Okay, whether that's Office, just to read the PDF readers, or some other task which I need to do. I will install the different applications there. Uh, so this is the resources I am purchasing. That's my responsibility, is just to make it ready. If some kind of technical issue will come in it, that's my responsibility, how I'll solve all these problems. Clear. What's the how to handle the working of it, whether I'm just using it properly or not, it's my responsibility. Whether I'm using it the maximum output I'm just getting out of the, the devices I purchased, it's up to me. But in case of cloud compute, the vendor are collecting those resources which might be used at the infrastructure layer. Okay, infrastructure means what the hardware I'm purchasing, and at the platform level, maybe whatever the operating system I'm installing, and as a software, so whatsoever the software I'm installing, or what's the applications I am installing on it. So they are just making a pool of all this. You can see in this diagram there are multiple servers, okay, virtual desktop, or the software platform, multiple application, different type of applications depend upon what type of application that particular cloud provider is providing. Okay, and the definitely storage, because they need to store a lot of data. Clear. And there are number of users around the world who is having internet connection. Okay, they need to access, for example, they need access on the server. They subscribe for the server. I need a specific hardware, and just I'm paying for it. Clear. And what operating system I want to install, that's my response. Okay, if I'll say okay, I need also what the OS install on it, what software it's running on it, how data I need to store. Okay, so as per my requirement, my companies, how many employees are there, what type of services maybe they are using for the email services, or for the CRM services, or financial services, analytics, whatsoever the requirement for our company, we can use as a service. Yeah, even security as a service. Hackers also using that platform for placing their infrastructure to perform the attack. So ransomware as a service. So they are also using that cloud computing. Clear? So provider is giving us a wonderful platform. Just we need to focus on what is our main objective of the business. Rest of the things cloud provider will provide us. Yeah, and as you can see it's just keeping us away from so many headache, like purchasing the hardware, installing the operating system on it, storage, applications, and the definitely we need professional to handle all this. Clear? So we can focus on our work, and these things we can use at service. That's why it's growing rapidly. You can see here in 2011 the market value of the cloud computing was just 40.7 billion, and within 4 years just more than doubled of that, 108, and in next 6 years it just reached 241 billion. Rough idea, it can be more than that, and it's continue growing because lot of benefits we are getting when we are using the cloud service. Okay, so isn't the awesome product or the services we can use, and we can get a lot of benefit out of cloud computing. So follow me on the cybersecurity prism and get the notification for the next interesting and informative session. Also share that session with your friends and group members so that they will be able to understand what cloud computing exactly is, and uh, what the need of it, why the market is growing so rapidly, and definitely there are the opportunity lies for you uh, being in the cloud computing, or the security of the cloud computing is a big issue. I'll discuss in another session what is the security for that. And in the next session I will discuss about what is data loss prevention, why it's important. So see you in the next session. Namaste.